So Frank asked me some questions about these decals right here. They are on the surface. They feel like they're vinyl. I can't tell if they've been coated over or not. I don't think they have. So the other things I noticed, actually, my son noticed. Oh, I looked up here at the Hydem, and I didn't detect a problem on the Hydem yet, both sides. So I'm not sure. I think you thought on the starboard side near the back, and this is the port side near the back. These are the Hydem tips I told you about. So I think your Hydem is okay. I'm not sure quite what you saw. I'm actually inspecting as I take the video, but I think we're good there. Let's see, what was I going to mention? Oh yeah, my son noticed. He said down here on the strut, there's only 3 bolts through the strut holding it on. Yeah. So here's your strut bolts. 1, 2, 3. Let me get to the other side here. Number 4 is missing. So we'll need to put number 4 in. That's for sure. There's a evidence of what's called a self-bailer. And that was, the idea was that that fitting's turned around backwards on the boat, and it's supposed to evacuate the water out of the boat as the boat moves through the water. It creates a negative pressure because it's turned around backwards and sucks water out of the boat. Now, I have some of these that we've taken out. This one, there's a problem with these, and that is that they're a siphon. And if the siphon is not broken before you stop your boat after you've had it up on high speed and started the siphon, then it will siphon water back in the boat every bit of good, if not better, than it siphoned water out of the boat. And you can see on this one, there was tape on this one. Some of these have a hole to break the siphon, let air in and break the siphon. I don't see the hole on this one, and it had tape on it. There must have been a hole at one time because it had tape on it when we first got it out of the boat. And so that would mean that there was no siphon break. This is a little bit different style. It had a little hole here for a siphon break that someone put in, maybe after their boat sank the first time. And this is another style that we might find this style in your boat. And it's hard to say which style we'll find. This one has no siphon break either. So these are, if you don't suck air with one of these, you get up on plane and you start evacuating water. If you don't suck air with one of these, then it will siphon water right back in your boat. So we call them boat sinkers instead of a bailer. So we normally either take them out to keep it looking original. We will many times we will plug them off and put them back in place, but plugged off so that they can't do that. And here's the fitting that goes on the bottom of the boat, and it's turned around backwards. That's what creates the suction. So we probably ought to plug that one for you. I thought there was a hole in this. And I've also seen one of these where there was a hole in the top and there was a dirt dauber nest on it. So all kinds of things can happen to defeat the purpose of the siphon hole. Humans or bugs can do that. So we ought to take care of that while we're at it. And I really haven't looked much farther. I've got here water pump impellers. So if we don't know when the water pump impeller was changed last, we should probably restart the clock by putting new water pump impeller in your water pump. You may have a mechanical water pump gear style. If you have a rubber impeller style, this is when this is how they fail, and it takes about 3 seasons. And this is how they fail. And when they fail, all these pieces get pushed into your engine, and then we would have to back flush your engine to find them. So you don't want to take a chance on having a failure like this, because it's expensive to get all the pieces back out. What we do is we gather all the pieces back up in a baggie, for example, and we weigh them, and we weigh a new impeller. And if the size of the chunk, if we're missing if the weight difference is, say, the same weight, the same amount as one of these pieces, well, then we keep looking. If it's very small and minute, obviously a very small minute piece, we know it's going to pass through your engine. So we want to check that, and I might could check that real quick while I'm talking to you. Raise your engine hatch. I'll do that separately, because it's going to take me a little while to raise your engine hatch, see what style of pump you have.